Hi, my name's Dr. Gemma Roux, Director and Clinical Psychologist at Flourish Psychology. Well, we've been through a really challenging couple of months, and it doesn't necessarily look like things are going to go back to normal straight away. Something interesting that I've noticed during this time is that even though the initial reaction to what was happening in the world was stress and anxiety and fear, over time, as we've become used to what's going on around us, we've started to actually notice things that we're doing differently that have been positive for us. So we know that as humans, any life-changing event has the potential to really do harm to us and damage us, but it also has the potential to help us to grow in really positive ways, to learn new things about ourselves, to gain self-awareness, to gain more perspective on the way that we live our lives, to actually look at starting new habits and doing things differently. So a lot of people have been saying to me that even though initially they felt stressed, now they're starting to notice that because they've been forced to put the brakes on their life and slow down and be more introspective, they're noticing things in their day-to-day life that perhaps haven't been working so well, things that were draining them, things that seem, unnecessary on reflection, and they're looking at ways that they can, going forward, live their life in a more intentional and purposeful way. So, some of the things people have commented on are that they're noticing that, unnecessary social interactions. Social interactions are good, but when we feel pressure to be connecting with people all the time on top of a busy work schedule and maybe trying to raise a family, we can find that this can actually drain us and take our energy away from those core things in our life that are most important. So some people have decided that they're going to limit their social catch-ups to maybe once a week rather than feeling like they have to catch up with 5 different people in their week. For other people, it might be simplifying the way that they do work. They might be noticing that because they're working from home, they're more time poor, they're having to balance that with homeschooling their kids, and they perhaps have become more efficient in the way that they do things, and they recognize that perhaps some of the things that the tasks that they were adding to their day previously were unnecessary. Another thing that we've probably noticed is that the simple things in life are things that bring a lot of pleasure. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when we were able to go out and grab a coffee and go for a walk on the beach, I was so aware, thinking about people in those European countries where they were, close together and unable to get out of their apartments. I was so aware of how fortunate we are. And this really encouraged me that despite the circumstances, there are so many things that are working well in our world and that we need to be grateful for. So what I would really encourage you to do is to sit down when you have an opportunity and reflect on the things that you've learned about the way you've been living your life during this time since the pandemic began. I want you to write down at least 3 positive things that you've changed in your schedule or in the way that you do things that you want to carry forward as restrictions ease more and as we start to step back into life that's a little bit more like we knew it. Because one thing that we never want to do is miss out on actually drawing the silver lining from an experience and allowing that to create growth in ourselves and taking that forward into the way that we do things in the future. I'd encourage you to do that today. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, and work out how life is going to look different for you in a positive way in the future.